Hello everyone, welcome wolves to another vlog today about Tesla deliveries in Q2, and what a surprise, we are about the record number, and today we will dive into this. Plus we will talk about all the latest and recent analysts that what they, from the big banks, what they said about Tesla, and what which Tesla basically answered today. The stock is up 7%, so please subscribe and let's go. Okay, so let's start with Goldman Sachs. In June, they just downgraded Tesla to $158 and said that the delivery numbers, sales numbers are just too optimistic. This is what the analyst basically said in his report. So let's go to the next one. Morgan Stanley, and this is a big one, just said in May 2019, he basically lowered his target in a worst case scenario to $10, because he believes that there will be no demand. There's Model Y, which is not even released, will be not so good in sales, and basically that he thinks that Tesla will not do very well. But on the other side, and this is funny, he put a bullish case scenario of $391 per share. So, in case it goes either direction, he's always right and can say to his boss, hey, I forecasted everything, and this was both my theories, either one. So this is quite funny, But anyway, last one that I wanted to talk about today was, for example, the other one in May from Webbush, which said Elon Musk's sci-fi projects are basically a gamble, something in these lines, and put the target on 230 instead of 275, so also a downgrade. So you see, and this is just a couple of the bigger analysts on Wall Street that say that Tesla will fight against bad demand, that they will fight against competition, and so on and so forth. And today they just released record numbers both in production as well as sales and delivery. So this is a huge win for Tesla. You might know that Tesla is one of the most shorted companies on the Wall Street, so they have a lot to fight against, analysts and this kind of people that try to put bad news on the company, and other way around. Tesla, of course, trying to solve the biggest problems and challenges into one of the biggest industry, the car industry, coming as a new player and growing very rapidly. That's have lot to show in the next couple of months and years. So both sides, I can totally understand, though I'm of course on the bullish Tesla side, because they just make a great product, they think very efficient, and I believe that long term the best product have always the biggest chance to survive, and can change things if you just think differently. Coming to the new just released Q2 numbers, and this is a record number, that's why the stock is 7% high. And here can happen now a couple of scenarios, as it is one of the most shorted stocks. Shorting a stock is basically when a trader or a shareholder think that the stock goes down, and they basically borrow stocks and sell them on the market. They get the money, and then basically they think the stocks go down. So, and after a while, a couple of years, they buy back the stock for a lower price and keep the profit. Though if it's not going in that direction, so let's say you borrow the stock for $300 and it goes $400, then you try to buy back the stock before you have too much loss and have to give the stock back, with a skyrocket price. So And when a stock goes up and many short sellers are getting panicked, this is when you have the so-called short squeeze. So when you have the short squeeze, a lot of people that shorting the stocks, which is basically the case in Tesla, are trying to buy back the stock to limit their losses. And you know, this is when the stock goes up 7% and then the next days as well, then you know there can be a bigger gain for the stock, at least short term, until you know, or the market balance it out. So this can happen the next days, and very interesting to see how short term the stock develop. And for me, of course, this is one small win or positive news for Tesla. But as a long-term investor, you know, I don't really care about this smaller milestones than more than the bigger milestones, like, you know, Gigafactory, Model Y will be a huge market. I have seen one Tesla Elon Musk interview where he said he even didn't launch the Model Y properly because, you know, everybody would like to have the Model Y rather than 3. So you have, if you look back, the Model Y announcement was quite low profile, where people and other analysts and short sellers said, hey, you know, nothing new, nothing nice, how this car will sell. So that's actually a good strategy, because if nobody will buy Model 3, you know, Tesla will be dead. Let's crack some numbers. 200 cars delivered. That's about 4,000 more than Q4, which was until to the record numbers. So basically, congratulations for that. Of course, it was a big effort. You know, Tesla never produced so many vehicles. They never delivered so many vehicles. They never sold to so many countries, you know, and they are expanding weekly to new territories, you know, to expand the market for the Model Tesla 3. So it's just, you know, the tip of the iceberg, and I believe, let's see how the next couple of months will develop. Another good fact about these numbers were basically that they produce a record high number. So it means that they steadily also reach the maximum number of cars that they can produce, which is good, you know. You can see that basically they really try to maximize their resources to reach their goal of 360 cars this year. So let's see, it will be interesting gamble towards end of the year if they can really reach it. It looks good, positive. So towards end of this year or beginning of next year, realistically speaking, we will have also the Gigafactory in China going on. So more and more Model Tesla 3 are going on the market, and you know, more and more markets are also, you know, being opened, and China is the biggest market for the electric car in general. So you will see that there will be a huge impact on Tesla once this factory is online. This quarter is actually a 51% increase of delivered cars than in the weak quarter number one. This is not something anyone, even the biggest bulls on Wall Street expected. However, it's very good signs. You know, we have to also consider the other side, that, you know, this quarter was the last quarter with $3,750 tax credit for electric car from Tesla, and this will be cut by 50% now ongoing in the next quarter. So it will be tricky if they can hold this pensum. So let me guys, what you think about this vlog about Tesla Q2. By the way, Q2 earnings will be released on the 7th of August, if I remember right. So we have to wait another month until we get to really know how margins look like, revenue, and all these other numbers to crush on that. Be sure you will hear it here as well, my analysis on Tesla. And don't forget to comment any questions or any comments on this video or any of my other videos. Check them out. I have a couple of Tesla videos, more a little bit fun, more a bit more analytic. So check them out, and don't forget, the grass is greener on the other side. See you tomorrow.